What's going on, guys? This is Bobby Douglas. Welcome to another 2021 NBA Draft Prospect full game video breakdown. Today we're going to be taking a look at Jalen Green, a top 5 recruit coming out of high school, went to the G League Ignite team and pretty much had a really good season there, averaged around 17 points, I think 4 rebounds, 3 assists a game on very efficient and solid shooting numbers. I think he was 46% from the floor, 36.5% from 3, and then 83% from the line, so really, really solid numbers. I'll say this about Jalen Green. So right now he's 4th on my board. That I'm not going to say that will change, but there is a good chance that may change. I actually think after going through this game and then watching some highlights and things like that, he's probably going to end up 2 or 3 on my board right now. I just think with Green, the NBA readiness and just like the ease with which you can kind of project Green to be a star in the NBA, I think is pretty high compared to guys like Mobley and Jalen Suggs. With Green, he just already looks like an NBA player, where a lot of these other guys, they have, issues with their handle or, they're not super developed. Not to take away anything from Mobley or Jalen Suggs, it's just with Green, there's just an ease with which he plays against NBA-level competition that I think will, at least early in his career, serve him well. And so when I watch Jalen Green, I feel like I'm watching an NBA player already. I don't necessarily feel that with Jalen Suggs or Evan Mobley. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. You guys can watch this game with me and let me know where you guys stand on Jalen Green. But right now, let's get right into it. He's going to be number 4 in the black. So he's right here. I'm circling him. Apologies in advance for the video quality. I mean, obviously, I can't really get super high quality G League stuff just because the NBA is really strict about like what they allow on YouTube and things like that. So we'll take what we are given here. We didn't really miss anything in the first minute and a half, but that's when the video starts for this YouTube channel. So we're just kind of rolling with it. You can see Green number 4 right there. Again, he's going to wear really high shorts. That's kind of his thing. As we see Jonathan Kuminga right there get a nice basket. And, the G League, these games kind of like felt like AAU games in a way where it's super fast-paced, lots of turnovers, maybe some questionable shot selection overall. You can see Green with the ball right here. Good job passing out to, I think that's Jarrett Jack, and you can see Green rise and fire, not going to knock that shot down. Sometimes they'll have misses like this where they're pretty bad. Shot selection at times can be a concern with Green. He tends to settle a lot in the mid-range and things like that. But he is more than comfortable firing off the catch. Not really sure why he's going that low off the catch. He kind of needs to keep that ball higher, in my view. But overall, 36% from the three-point line in the Ignite bubble. So that's very good. Very projectable and very overall just encouraging. You can see him right now on the weak side. But again, these G League games, they played a lot more like an AAU game or just like a kind of like a Drew League game, maybe not that casual, obviously, but like something similar to that where it's, very fast-paced, a lot of shots going up, a lot of turnovers, some sloppy play. You can see Green kind of trying to get that dribble handoff there. Can't really get open, and he's going to get the ball on top of the key. Let's see what he does here. He looks like he's going to get a ball screen, and again, good job just driving towards the basket, and he's going to finish right there. No, he's not going to finish this, but again, I do like, and again, this is what I mean where it's just like Jalen Green kind of has an NBA. You kind of picture him very easily as an NBA player. If I put, like, jerseys, if I put, like, Jazz jerseys for Ignite and then, like, I don't know, like, some other team, right? If I put these two teams in NBA jerseys, I think you would look at Jalen Green and be like, yeah, that's an NBA player, right? And so, right here, he doesn't make this layup, but again, you can kind of just see, like, the ease with which he can glide by defenders. Not super quick, but he's really, really bouncy and he's really quick twitch. So he's able to react well to certain stimuli, whether it be a defender helping off to guard him. And he has a pretty good handle. He has kind of like those NBA level hesitation moves, and he can go between the legs rather easily, things like that. And so there's a lot of things to like about Jalen Green, just in terms of like him projecting to the NBA. Right there, you can see him. I'd like to see him offer a little bit more resistance on this drive. And again, this is another thing too. Off the ball, he's pretty shaky defensively, as we'll see right here. Like, he doesn't even move, right? I'd like to see him at least stunt or at least look somewhat engaged there, but he doesn't. And it's not going to be a layup, but it looks like it's going to be an Ignite ball. But again, that's probably the biggest criticism with Green right now, is just probably that, as we see him rising for a dunk right there, is just that off-ball defense. Right here, though, a big strength in my opinion, and one that probably doesn't get talked about a lot. is just his off-ball movement, right? He's super quick, right? He can change directions laterally very well. And so he's really good at kind of finding openings around the basket and then exploiting that. And usually when he does find it, as we'll see right here, it ends in a very vicious dunk. We're going to see him again just shake his man and again rise and fire, heads at the rim, right? Super bouncy athlete. That's one of the main things. You know, if you watch his high school highlights, there will be a lot of dunks like that. So Jalen Green's, you know, vertical athleticism definitely translated to the G League bubble. You can see right there they have him at this third overall draft prospect, probably behind Cade and Mobley. But again, you can kind of just see that, again, just like the NBA level traits that Jalen Green has right there. He's going to do a post-entry pass to, I think that's Jesse Govan from Georgetown, if I'm not mistaken. We got a foul here. Yeah, it is. And again, the G League rule where it's like one free throw for however many points. Great rule for this because it's way easier to fast forward. So that's nice, but we can see right here, Green. Again, he's going to somehow get the steal, and this is what I mean. When he's locked in defensively and, like, you know, he's actually engaged, he's a very, very, you know, good defender because, again, we talked about that quick twitch muscles, right, where it allows him to react to passes like this one, for example, very, very fast. And, again, that shouldn't be a steal. Most of the time I'd yell at a guy for, like, doing that because it's an unnecessary gamble. But with Green, he can just shoot gaps, like, very fast, right? And you can see he ends up getting the steal right here, and again, he's going to get fouled, but it's going to be a dunk anyway. You know, I mean, and again, you can see just like off of 1 foot, right? He's off balance, but he still managed to just propel off that leg and finish above the rim, which is really, really impressive. So again, you can kind of just see where he stands in terms of the NBA a little bit more easier than like, you know, Suggs or even Mobley, I would say at this point. You can see him right there kind of helping, wants that block, can't really get it, but there's going to be a three right there for the Salt Lake City Stars. I think that was Tyler Bay. Tyler Bay, if you guys remember, I did a video on him last year. I think I had him in like the 40s, maybe the 30s, late 30s, I would say. But yeah, there's a lot of like fun college players on here that you just forget about, and then they're in the G League. And again, this is where the video isn't always like this like shaky, you know, but it is. It's not optimal, I would say, but I think it's serviceable. See Green right there. I like his activity a little bit better. Again, just kind of, you know, stunting at the ball, making sure that he keeps track of his man in the corner right there. You can see there's a little bit of a scrum. And again, this is what I mean, where the games are very up and down. They're fast right there, Green. Can't really do much here. I would like to see him maybe kind of split the gap a little bit better because he pretty much sells out for the ball. And it obviously ends in an alley-oop, right? But this is also a wide-open kick out for a three if they want it. You know, it's kind of like understanding positioning a little bit better, maybe sink a little bit, try and be in two places at once, but you can kind of see he just kind of goes for the ball. He gets frozen, two men go to the ball, leaves a wide open alley-oop. Better communication between Jarrett Jack and Jalen Green is probably needed there. But again, that'll come. And, you know, really, I'm very, like, the more I watch Jalen Green, the more I like him, which is, you know, probably a sign that he'll probably end up at number 2, I want to say, on my final board. I just really, again, it's just so easily projectable with Jalen Green, I think, in terms of just his scoring, his efficiency. We got a timeout here, so I'll skip ahead. But just like the scoring, the ease with which he can get to the basket, his handle, I think, is really underrated. And so there are just a lot of things that I think Jalen Green does well and that he can, you know, really just capitalize on in terms of the NBA. Because I think probably right now, Jalen Green is probably the best scorer in this class, I would say. The most, like, if I had to bet on one guy to average 18 points a game or more for his entire NBA career, I think it would be Jalen Green from this class. You know, that would probably be my guess right there. A little bit of a scramble situation, going to be an open three for Salt Lake City. You know, Jalen Green was kind of caught running around. Not much he could really do there. And again, you can see him kind of running off that little flare screen and then coming back. And again, he's very good, I think, off the ball offensively. You know, instinctual cutter, finds space well. We got a foul in the open floor right here, so I'll skip ahead. You can see Isaiah Todd's checking in. I think Dacian Nix might be in now. I'm not sure. No, not yet. So again, right there. So this is an example, okay? So I remember the first video I did ever for this channel was an Anthony Edwards breakdown, right? And one of my main, not critiques, but just kind of like, you know, things that I noticed about Edwards is that how much different his defensive attitude is when he was scoring, right? And I think that's the same thing with Jalen Green, although not to the just level of just disinterest that Anthony Edwards had. But right here, this is an example, okay? So we're going to see him in the later in the first half video, I think. He's going to go over a lot of these screens. He's going to become a lot more engaged. Right here, he's going under, right? And again, that can't happen because that's a wide open shot. Granted, that guy just, what an ugly, holy shit, that was like a pinball. But, you know, we'll see him as he gets going offensively. He'll become a lot more engaged and disruptive defensively. And I think that's kind of a thing for a lot of these young guys. But I noticed it last year with Anthony Edwards, and then I'm noticing it a little bit this year with Jalen Green, but not nearly to the extent as Anthony Edwards, which is something I thought I would point out. Jonathan Kuminga is going to bank that in. Yeah, that's interesting. We'll watch him in a little bit, too. I don't know if he's going to be in a video right after this one, but he'll definitely be in the next 7 to 8 days, I'd say, for sure. Jalen Green in that weak side corner again. And there you go. Again, good rebounder, or good rebound right there. Not really like an active rebounder, but I mean, he's not somebody that's going to hurt you on that end. And this is another thing, too. He's actually a pretty underrated passer. Doesn't really have that, you know, that like pick and roll vision in the half court just yet, although we will see flashes of that in this game. But, you know, you can tell he's more wired to score, but I do think he could be a very reliable secondary distributor and just kind of like a pick-and-roll playmaker for your team in due time, kind of like how we see Devin Booker kind of initiate offense, even though they have Chris Paul, right? Something similar to like that. And you can see right here, pretty good pass, right on the money, and again, just not able to finish. Looks like we got a foul, or no, just a block. But, you know, good pass, you know, right in the breadbasket, so... Yeah, Kuminga's out right here, and then Green's still in for a little bit. Jarrett Jack's going to miss that shot. Another thing, too, like, Jalen Green, there are some reports that, obviously, I'm sure you guys have seen him, that the Pistons are really, like, in love with him as a prospect. And Jalen Green, had they not gotten to one, that would have been their guy. And now there are some, like, I don't know if they're smoke screens, but you see, you know, Avery Johnson's up there on CBS Sports HQ saying that, you know, Cade Cunningham really doesn't like Detroit. He wants to go to Houston more. And so all these little things, I don't know if there's any hyper. I don't know if there's any, like, you know, fire where the smoke is, you know. But we'll see. Maybe it's like a weird situation where, you know, the Pistons are like, yeah, you know what, we're going to take Jalen Green at 1 instead. Or maybe we're going to trade down, let Houston trade up and maybe get some more draft capital. I don't know. It could be interesting. It could be an interesting draft night. Obviously, I think the money right now is that Cade goes number 1 to Detroit, as I believe, yeah, Jalen Green's out for a little bit right here. So I'll skip ahead a lot, actually. 26-26. So here we go. But, you know, it'll be interesting on draft night to see what ends up happening. My guess is obviously still Cade Cunningham 1 to Detroit. And then at 2, it gets interesting. I could see the Rockets going Mobley. I could see him going Jalen Green. Personally, if I'm picking between the two, I'm taking Jalen Green over Evan Mobley just because I don't really trust the Christian Wood, Evan Mobley thing, unless you want to get rid of Christian Wood. So I would take Jalen Green there at 2 if I'm the Rockets, but who knows? You know, very interesting. Things are in your, again, this is like kind of like the peak of like, you know, the pre-draft talk, a lot of like shits going around in terms of just like, oh yeah, you know, like we promised this guy, you know, it was like the Patrick Williams thing last year where like every team under the sun seemingly promised Patrick Williams, you know, last year. You can see right there, Green. Again, this is just a very solid play. I think this is actually Spain. So, actually, Spain is probably one of my favorite ball screen sets. So, Salt Lake City actually runs this really well. And Green kind of gets caught in the middle of it. So, basically what Spain is, right? So, this guy, it's basically like a 3-man game, right? So, and it's also called stack pick and roll. Tons of videos on it on YouTube that I thought I pointed out here. So, basically, it's going to be a high pick and roll, right? Okay, so we have that. And then this guy right here is going to set a screen on Kuminga to either free up the lob. And then right after this screen, this guy will pop out for 3, and usually it results in an open shot regardless, right? So you can see he kind of fakes that screen at Kuminga. You know, you can either like kind of set a drag or things like that, right? And so Green, you can see, has to go down. Kuminga kind of gets lost, right, because he's following the roller. Green has to come out and guard that 3, but it's a wide open 3 regardless, right? And we saw the Hawks just eviscerate Philadelphia with this in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Phoenix runs it a lot. So, yeah, it's a very popular ball screen tactic offensively. But not really on Green right there. That's more on Kuminga looking back on it. But Green kind of gets, like, the, you know, he kind of gets the unflattering result there. But you can see right here, just kind of Green walking around, right? So you're going to just see him kind of like, you know, so right here, just kind of like strolling around, you know, he kind of puts his hands up haphazardly or just kind of, you know, half-heartedly, I should say, better word for that. But, you know, just would like to see him be a little bit more engaged defensively. And again, he will as the game goes on and as he starts to, you know, hit some more shots. As we got Tyler Bay, I think, knocking down that free throw. And so again, Green's going to be in that left corner. Yep, and you can see him. There's Kuminga. Can't get that one to go. It's going to be Salt Lake ball. Yeah. See what we got here. Another pick and roll. Green's kind of the low man right there. Not much going on in terms of his direction. But we got a timeout, I believe. And are we going to get the G League screen? We are, yeah. Again, this stream is like, you know, I appreciate this stream for putting it together and for like getting this uploaded, obviously, but you know, it's obviously not the greatest quality, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. You see Green right there. Again, this is what I mean, where it's just like the play isn't really run for him, right? But you can just see kind of his off-ball movement, right? He's just going to come shoot out of a cannon right here, and look at how far behind Yogi Ferrell is, right? And again, if he can like catch that 1-2 mid-range pull-up, that's pretty much lethal. He could get that shot at any time he wants. Coming off of screens, obviously, we haven't really seen a whole lot of his self-creation, but he has that as well. And so he's becoming, and, you know, not really becoming because he is already, he's this really just versatile offensive threat who can score in a variety of ways. Right there, you can see him off the pin down. And again, really, really nice job right here. So again, kind of, you know, shaking his man. He's going to get the ball off of his DHO. And again, it's going to be into a ball screen, and then he's going to find this pass right there. Again, really, really high-level stuff. And so, you know, things like that. I'm not really trusting him to, like, find, like, you know, like the weak side corner shooter that we see Cade Cunningham do a lot. But in terms of that, like, short pick-and-roll action, as we saw right there, you know, Green could easily do that. We'll watch a replay of it right here. And again, just quick decisions right there. Fits that pass right through the window. Going to lead to an and one for Jesse Govan. So, again, kind of like a more of a secondary pick-and-roll creator. But again, if you're going to be a scorer and you have any like passing threat whatsoever, that's going to be pretty lethal to defend in the NBA. Jalen Green has that. And so again, as I'm watching him more and more, right, it's becoming more and more clear that he should be second or third right now on my board. My guess is that he's going to end up at 2 for me. Yogi Ferrell's going to knock down that 3. You got Jalen Green right there, left wing, and here, let's see what he does here. Kuminga's going to set a ball screen. Green's going to reject it, and, like, holy shit. You know what I mean? That's like the Ja Morant type where he's just challenging whoever the fuck is at the rim, right? And again, you can see him just kind of shake the ball screen, you know, reject it, has Yogi Ferrell beat, and then he has the athleticism to go up and challenge guys like that, you know? And so he misses that dunk, but I appreciate the ambition more than anything, you know? That shows me, like, again, despite having a pretty skinny overall frame, that shows me that he's like willing to take contact, and again, he trusts his athleticism to really get him open looks at the rim, which I think is super encouraging. And again, you don't shoot like 47% from the field in this league as an 18-year-old without having some sort of fearlessness, right? And again, that's what's really kind of more impressive to me, because at the beginning, you know, I watched a few G League games throughout the year, and I was never really drawn to Jalen Green a whole lot. You know, in the games I watched, he was super inefficient. You know, just kind of like an overall, just kind of like I just thought, like, okay, like another ho-hum, like off-ball scoring guard, right? And then as I watched it and I looked at his stats, I'm just kind of like, oh, hey, you know, like 46%, that's pretty good. 37% from 3, that's very good. 82% from the line, so the shot's projectable. I kind of started to come around on him a little bit more, and then I'm watching this game, and all of a sudden I'm loving him, right? Let's see what happens right here. Again, I don't know what's going on defensively. That's not really on Green. He was kind of tasked with guarding 3 guys right there. Not really his fault, though. But again, he's kind of just put in that bad position to like be shot over, you know? And kind of Green kind of streaking through the middle. Oh, they had him wide open for a catch-and-shoot 3. Oh, okay. Well, they get an and one, but Jalen Green was wide open there. We got Jesse Govan again. What happened here? Holy shit. This is a miss? Okay. Missed free throw. And again, this is what I mean where he's just able to create this, or just take advantage of space, right? So again, he sees that the left side of the floor is wide open, so what is he doing immediately? He's sprinting towards the basket. The entire team forgets about him, and he gets an easy layup, right? And that's what I mean, where he's really good at recognizing open space and then taking advantage of that space because of how good of a finisher he is at the rim. You know, and so that's something that's really, really impressive to me. And it just kind of shows like an off-ball awareness that I think can translate to the defensive end as well, as he gets a little bit more locked in on that end. And you see him right here in the left corner. And you can see he's kind of looking for a shot. Yeah, you can tell he's kind of... So again, just the subtle things right here, right? You can see him. There's a little quick motion like saying like, hey, get the ball, get the ball. Get the ball, like, you know, reverse it, right? You know, he's kind of pointing towards Govan, telling him to get the ball there. And again, misses the three, but I kind of like that, like, oh, hey, this is where the ball should go. You know, move it, move it, move it, you know. It shows, like, a confidence that he has, kind of, like, directing some older guys, you know. But then right here, just, this is one thing that he never does. He always gets caught ball watching on rebounds, right? And you can see right here, this shot's going to go up. And just watch him, right? Looking at the ball, this guy, if he wanted to, he could totally crash the glass. He doesn't, or he kind of does, just the rebound doesn't really fall his way. But Jalen Green was not in good position there, you know, to get that rebound had it gone to him. But then you just see, again, the self-creation, the handles there between the legs, really long legs too, covers a lot of space with his handle. And again, just rising and firing from that mid-range, right? Just automatic, basically, for him. And you can see him just, the second he gets any open space, it can go up. Right, and we saw a lot of that from Devin Booker, you know. And so a lot of people are saying that, like, he reminds them of Zach LaVine. That's fine, I get that in terms of athleticism, but, like, in terms of his shot profile and just the shots he takes, I think Devin Booker might be a little bit better of a comparison for him. Obviously, he's a better athlete than Devin Booker, I would say, especially vertically. But just in terms of his offensive shot selection and creation, he reminds me a lot more of Devin Booker than he does Zach LaVine. Obviously, two great players. Devin Booker probably better. Actually, no. Yes, better than Zach LaVine right now. But, you know, that's kind of like the vibe I'm getting. We talked a lot about this kind of thing with James Bouknight, right? I remember I was saying, like, kind of like the effortlessness with which James Bouknight can score. It's kind of the same thing, I think, with Jalen Green, except it's on steroids and it's a lot more polished than Bouknight, right? So that's something to monitor as well. Just kind of like, you know, I always see these kind of like cross prospect comparisons just in terms of like what people do, you know, and that's one of them for me. Just kind of like the effortlessness and the fluidity of both Bouknight and Jalen Green. Jalen Green obviously doing it significantly better than Bouknight right now. You got Jarrett Jack gonna drill that three. Well done from Jarrett Jack. He was a guy that was on a lot of NBA teams. Was he on? I think he was on those Warriors teams for a little bit too. Green right there, not helping off the corner shooter. Smart. Again, we're going to be in the post. And we got a 3 for Salt Lake City. Let's see, now we got, let's see. So again, you can see Ignite's not really shooting the ball well. And again, this team, I would say, struggled from 3 just because, like, you know, they have a lot of young guys getting used to the line, things like that. So, see right there. Let's see what happens here. Again, what the fuck? Hit the side of the backboard. That was Paul George. And then we got a 3 right there for, damn, Miller. I don't know. Some of these guys, I just have no idea who they are. You know, they're either before my time in terms of the draft or just, you know, they went to small colleges and I just didn't really get a chance to look at them. Right here, very underrated and just, again, showcasing that secondary playmaking ability, right? So, again, this isn't even a ball screen. It's just he notices it, and, again, just the one, like the dribble to pass transition, right? It's like a quarterback, just one-handed, right on the money, and, again, wide open 3, bang. You know, let's watch this full play again. Let's watch it develop. So, again, Jalen Green's bringing the ball to the floor, going to get a double drag screen. One's going to pop out to the wing, and again, just a simple pass, but again, it's so effective because Green does have that scoring threat from any angle or from any distance, right? And so he sees that open passing lane, and he's able to not get it to his teammate for an open 3. That's the type of secondary creation that we're talking about. Now, obviously not going to be your point guard. I don't think he's best suited for that, but somebody who can just create advantages for your teammates And you can see right here. So, okay, perfect example of this, right? I talked about how defensively, right, he gets more locked in when he's doing better offensively, right? Right here, you're going to see it. Fighting over that screen, goes under that one, but again, he's going to fight over this one, then get a deflection, I think, and a steal, right? Deflection, I think we got a foul, actually, but no, wait, what happened there? I don't know what happened there, but again, you saw the effort level increase right there after a really good pass for an open three. Green's fighting over that screen, active hands, things like that. So if he can just lock into that more often, then he goes from like an average to below average defender, right, to a above average, potentially, I would say, I wouldn't say like all defense, but I would say above average, you know, impactful defender, right? And you can see right here, he's icing that. Again, riding his man down the lane, not really giving any inches. We got a and one right there. But again, you see the activity kind of pick up once he makes some more plays offensively. And I believe, let's see, oh yeah, he's still in. Again, right there, we got a steal and a big-time dunk. Holy shit. Who was that? Miller? Oh, that was a guy that was that we saw earlier. That I didn't know who it was. But damn, that was a big-time dunk. So again, Green's in that right corner. Gonna get a pin down. Isaiah Todd's gonna set that. He doesn't hit this shot, but just some of the, you know, you're just kind of seeing, some of just the overall, you know, ability to come off of screens, rise and fire out of them, right? So right here, this is gonna be an illegal screen on Todd. But again, the one dribble, pull up, very smooth, very fluid. That one doesn't really hit. Obviously, doesn't really count against him, but it didn't really look good either. But, you know, just kind of like that fluidity that he does possess. And I believe, no, he's still in. So he's kind of battling down low right now. Looks like there's going to be a ball screen. And again, right here, just classic, just falling asleep, right? So again, out of this ball screen, look where his man ends up and watch him. So again, he gets caught ball watching. He knows the shot's going up. No even effort to box out or even check his man. And you can see him right here. If this guy goes a little bit harder, he could get that rebound. But now he's leaking out and running. Kuminga finishes that dunk? Yes, he does, right? And again, you can see, like, he has pretty good passing touch overall. It's just kind of like the vision that needs to improve. But again, right here, kind of exploiting that 2-on-1 scenario. Perfect lob pass to Kuminga. I think that was actually, let's rewind this. This was ignite. This was ignite to ignite. Ignite to ignite to ignite in terms of like the guys who played, the prospects, right? This is going to be a Dacian Nix rebound. Dacian Nix rebound, outlet to Jalen Green, 2-on-1, perfect lob, bang for Kuminga. The young guys doing their part for this squad. Well done. But you can see the lob is like pretty on target, right? So you can see a lot of like Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton type of pick and rolls that you could run with Jalen Green. Right there, total collapse from Dacian Nix. I don't know where the low man was either, but you know, you could. I see a lot of Devin Booker in him. You know, that's just kind of who I see. I don't know if that's lazy or not, but that's just kind of what I'm seeing, just in terms of the shot profile. And then he has the like athleticism of like a. I don't want to say Zach LaVine because I think Zach LaVine might be a little bit quicker. But it's like he has the bounciness of Zach LaVine for sure. Right here, he's gonna stop ball. Decent job, but again, okay, so they got the switch fine. Okay, never mind. I was going to say there was a little bit of a miscommunication there between Green and Todd, but they managed to figure that out. Again, right here. So again, Ignite's switching a lot of stuff. Green's been on 3 different guys in this possession. Didn't really do anything. They hit the 3, but it wasn't really on Green or anything. Got Jarrett Jack's going to miss that 3. Malcolm Miller. Oh, God, where did he play? Damn it. I can't remember. And then you see kind of like another defensive breakdown right there as we enter the final, I think. Yeah, I think he's out for maybe the last 50 seconds or something. Kuminga's going to brick a 3. Yikes. And they're going to slow it down for the last, not the last possession of the half, but close to the last final minute here of the first half. Wide open 3. Again, I don't know where the defense was there. And let's see what happens here. So Todd's going to get it to Jarrett Jack. And we got Jalen Green. Oh, I thought he was going to... Let's see what happens. Let's see what he does here. Again, pretty good handle. He's going to, again, this is what I mean where he kind of has that incisive, you know, ball on a string type of handle. And, like, Cade Cunningham doesn't even have this type of dribble package where he's just going in between the legs. He's going to hezzy and then blow by his guy. This is, I think this is Josh Green, too. Josh Green, if you remember what I said when I did his evaluation, I said he was the best perimeter defender in the draft in terms of just staying in front of guys, right? He moved his feet so well. And then this is Jalen Green just pretty much cooking him, right? Again, getting baseline and draws the foul, right? That's really impressive, actually, considering who he's going up against. Very, very impressive. So Jalen Green's going to get to the line here. We got, I think this is one shot. Just going to get that one to go. Let's watch it again. So again, let's see. Again, the shot form, not really worried about it. Everything looks pretty good to me. Catch and shoot, though, he looks a little bit, it looks a little bit like he's pretty released. He's releasing it, or at least he's starting his shot pretty low. Something that he may want to improve upon, but other than that, not really worried about it. Maybe he's just in for the entire first half. I don't know. Yeah, he must be in for the entire first, or for the remainder of the first half. So let's watch his final possession. 15 seconds left. Green is going to be, I don't know who that is. Looks like Josh Green, maybe. And again, we got 4-3. Oh, here we go. Okay, yep. So again, I don't know what happened there. That would have been a sweet dunk from Kuminga if he was able to put this down. It looks like the ball maybe got deflected mid-flight of the pass. Regardless, though, I do like the unselfish nature of Green. That is one thing I will say about Jalen Green. Very unselfish player. You know, he's always looking to pass. He's always looking to find open teammates. That's what I like about him. A lot of guys maybe in this situation, maybe not. But again, I do like the ambition here to throw that lob. And you can see Kuminga, I don't know what happened there. It was a little bit behind. I think it may have gotten deflected. But regardless, though, good half from Jalen Green. I thought we saw a lot of great things that I think are NBA ready right now. And so I'm really excited to see what he does for whatever team drafts him. And obviously, we got another half to watch. So stay tuned for that. Overall, though, thanks so much for watching. Thank you so much for your continued support. And I will see you soon for part 2 of Jalen Green. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.